Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from stupidity and the maggots of scary clown show. You are all fair game in the eyes of the wicked, and we see you. Here we go.
Uncle Ray! Oh shit, motherfucker! Hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. No! We suck again! The greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even have to take care of ourselves yet. We gotta learn how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drifts, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles. Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets, asteroids, and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages.
Hey, Jay-Z.
Ooh, it's been a while since I played that one. All right, how's it going, beautiful people? My beautiful starflies. Yeah, it's been a while since I started with that track. I like to give you guys different intros. Yeah, there's a lot of different ones. I've made a lot of them, and I really like to use Primus just simply because Primus is such a good fucking band. Always gets me like just pumped to do anything. All right, so first hits in, so let's start the show. So we do a lot on this show. We really do. We do a lot. We do from the from the political realm to the psychological fields, science, studies, the occult, mysticism, politics. We have covered every goddamn thing on this show, and I try to make sure that we keep doing that because I don't ever want this show to be a one-note thing or to be about one specific topic. I have never been a fan of shows like that. They run dry and they run out of ideas real quick. And if you remember when YouTube, I think everybody does this, when you first get into YouTube, what used to bring us in was, I don't know anymore, but what used to bring us into YouTube was these stupid top 10 lists. Back then, when YouTube had been bought out by Google, and suddenly, before fair use became such a problem, and we still had what was called net neutrality, there was a lot of different people doing these top 10 lists, top 20 lists, and that shit got old fast. And if you look down at the amount of people that used to watch this shit, like Watch Mojo and stuff like that, that's kind of what brings everybody into YouTube, or at least it used to be. But honestly, I think when it comes down to what YouTube has become now, what all streaming services are offering now, I noticed that a lot of the YouTubers are being a lot softer on film. And since we cover everything from mysticism to psychology, philosophy, politics, and movies, you know, I like to bounce around all those fields. So I just want to mention something. I will not go easy on my movie reviews because you're grown-ups. The people that make these films are fucking grown-ups. And I don't care whose fifis I hurt. A bad movie is simply a bad movie. Now, I want to show you a simple example because I'm a huge fan of The Critical Drinker, you know, Mr. GG, shit like that, Nostalgia Critic. I'm a huge fan of theirs. But I've noticed again that this political shit, especially with guys that like Nerdrotic, I noticed they're getting a lot of shit for this because they were the first ones to be against the message, you know, and the Hollywood industry is obviously showing that they had no ideas and running out of all this, you know, giving us all this bullshit. Everything's about identity. Everything is politics. And so we can't get comedies anymore, and good comedies, irreverent comedies. So I want to list, or I want to show you what Critical Drinker says about Todd Phillips, and I think that's a good point. But I don't know. Is it just me, or is he really soft on this interview?
His work on Joker, director Todd Phillips famously remarked that he quit comedy because it's almost impossible to make anything funny in today's climate without offending someone, and well, he was kind of right about that.
Now, okay, you can say that. That is true. Now, Todd Phillips, he was responsible for a lot of really comedies that I liked. Road Trip was one of the first ones. And then the last one that I watched of his was Due Date, when Robert Downey Jr. was coming back and he got his, his stardom back. And so, again, it's just strange how soft they're going to be later. Now, Todd Phillips is known for these really great irreverent comedies. And like I said, Due Date was the last one. It was really fucking good. And I never saw Todd Phillips as that much of a political guy, but I really wish that these directors would just stay out of the damn politics. But I get it, that it's something you have to deal with.
I mean, really, how many times have they tried to cancel Robert Downey Jr. over his role in Tropic Thunder? How many episodes of classic comedy shows have been quietly deleted from streaming services? How many stand-up comedians have had their shows cancelled over old jokes that didn't age well? The thing is, although movies that made us laugh, made us think, and generally poked fun at the absurdity of the human experience might have gone away, the demand for them certainly hasn't. Which is probably what the Daily Wire is hoping to capitalise on with the release of Lady Ballers, a comedy movie that tackles the contentious issue of trans athletes in women's sports. The film seems to be marketed as a kind of throwback to the comedy flicks of the mid-2000s when humour was still allowed to push the boundaries and nothing was off the table. And combined with its attention-grabbing subject matter, it was clearly intended to stir up controversy and attention. But no.
Okay, so you see how he's kind of downplaying the controversy and political climate. That's all this movie is. All right, I just think if you're going to be so critical against those that are pushing that bullshit, the message and changing all the fucking, Captain Americas into chicks and all that shit, I wasn't cool with that. I don't know any women that were cool with that. There are plenty of female nerds out there, and they are just as annoyed as we are. And so if you're going to slam into them for giving the message, how about slamming to these assholes for giving the opposite? You're still doing this bullshit where you're trying to get on a political side, and politicizing movies is never good. It's just never good. And we do live in a very bullshit sensitive ass climate. And I do understand that. And I agree with it. Now, when I first saw this stupid ass fucking commercial, I actually laughed at one joke. But that's who I am. I'm not going to look at the art and the artist. I will separate them as long as the art is good. It's not. Now, again, he mentions the controversy and the climate, but he doesn't mention that that's all this is identity and bullshit, and it's not comparable to movies like Dodgeball, Basketball, just funny, irreverent, stupid ass movies from the 2000s. I mean, if you're gonna fucking bring that up, you can't put this in there. It's not the same.
Now that it's actually out there in the world, the real question is whether it manages to deliver on that promise. Well, the drinker is here to deliver his verdict.
Yeah, and
the movie centers around Rob, a once successful basketball
instead of
coach
reviewing it, we're going to talk about what it's about. We already know what it's about. It's about a bunch of guys that are getting into trans athletes. Okay, what?
Sure,
whatever.
Meeting with Alex,
but
one
were
of his
the
former
jokes
players,
funny?
inspires him to get back
there's nothing
coaching,
to add here because there's nothing funny about it. It's just a one-note joke with a one-note group from a one-note company that has been on the wrong side of the political field for so goddamn long that they literally put in people like Ted Cruz in the fucking movie. I don't want to see a politician in my movie. So if you're going to fucking say that the left is politicizing film, and they are, then you have to slam the right for doing the same fucking thing. All I'm looking for is continuity, and I don't see it anymore. So That's what I wanted to bring up, in the fact that, you know what? None of us are fucking professional critics. We all are just dudes with a fucking microphone. And I don't think it is right to represent one and not the other, or to have, and I am a fucking dude. Look at, I got a gay flag right behind me, dude. Like, obviously, you know where I stand. But I don't virtue signal in my fucking work. I don't fucking tell you guys what to fucking believe. And I always tell you guys to do your own fucking research. And if you find anything that can correct me, go ahead. I want to be wrong. I'd love to be ignorant on something, because you cannot get mad at ignorance. Ignorance is just a lack of knowledge of something. So if you're willing to call someone ignorant, you should be willing to teach them what is not ignorant. So again, continuity is everything, and I'm not seeing it. And it's funny because I'm not seeing it in the fucking reviews, and I'm sure as hell not seeing it in the fucking movies. So let's get into movie number 1. All right, we're going to do The Dead Room first. All right, because The Dead Room, again, remember, watch these movies before you watch my shows. All right, The Dead Room was definitely the lesser of these two films, and so the award would definitely go to Dead Room, but it is not a very it's not a really great comparison, because both of these movies, I think, got about 1 bong rip, 2 bong rips. That was about it. And I was really pissed because this thing had almost 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. And not just the critic score, but the audience score. I don't really go by the critic score because they like everything, or they hate everything I like. You know, that's how critics are. So that's why I represent the other side. So let's begin. Okay. So we hear these sounds, right? We hear this craziness and this shit. Actually, nope. So we're going to open up. Actually, the film opens with a scene where we see a dark room. Now, I'm guessing that's the dead room, but, you know, you just hear sounds. And then when you think we're going to get to the nitty gritty and get inside of it, we don't. We cut off and go off to the real beginning. All right, Rick and Morty has pointed this out, and Morty has killed an old man for it. Can you stop with the bullshit beginnings of films where you want to start where it gets interesting instead of starting it from where it starts? So, again, you're not fucking Quentin Tarantino. You're not fucking Sam Raimi. Just fucking make a movie from beginning, middle, end. See if I like it. All right? So, yeah, you're not going to get that from this. So we have a team of,
in my experience, most of these situations
paranormal
tend
investigators.
not to be benign. It's either.
What's really strange about this is you have these 3 people. You have a doctor, well, not a doctor, but more of you have a scientific mind. You have a semi-ghost hunting kind of relationship. The girl, I don't understand why she's there, because they really don't. There is no exposition in this film. So I have no clue how the fuck these people met. I don't know how they got to this fucking house. We know that the insurance company pays the ghost hunting, but then they run away from their very first ghost, and it seems like the dudes know each other, but nobody knows who the chick is, and we never find out. There's no exposition. So this is what I'm talking about, continuity in film. There's no continuity here. It is messy as goddamn hell, and again, no idea what pacing is, what character arc is, what exposition is. You know how when a character will sit next to another one, normally the line will be something like, you know, look, Gary, you and I have been working together for about 5 years now. We just met this girl. How do you know she's right? You know, something like that. That's how you fucking bring exposition into the story. So none of that shit. Like, everything is spoken in these little sentence fragments. And we get no fucking, it's just all ambiguity. You cannot put a movie in full ambiguity because we don't know what to fear when we don't know what the hell we're dealing with. So the scientific mind wants to basically find a way to physically prove the existence of said ghost. Okay, that makes sense. Now the scientific mind, he ends up kind of having a clash with the girl because she's more in tune with her spirituality and shit. And it's like, cool, whatever. But there's this constant disrespect of science in this movie where it's like, hey, no science, all right? Science is bad. And when you watch the movie The Consecration, it's another movie where it makes science look bad. I don't know where this came up. Why? I mean, film has always messed with science and nature. I mean, look at Jurassic Park, look at The Fly. But there's a respectful boundary line on both issues. In the end, we understand that we need both. We need to be spiritual and we need to be scientific. So again, that's continuity. That's being rational and even. This movie has no fucking clue what it is. It wants to be a fucking possession thriller type movie, but it also wants to be a fucking mystery, but it also wants to be a fucking jump scare. And so what they do is the cheapest shit in the world where they use the sound. And I hate when directors do this. They use the fucking sound to scare you. So there's literally like da-da-da-dun and like nothing happening. So what are you fucking freaking out about? And in this film in particular, there are no stunt actors until the end of the movie. So it's really strange.
Forgetting to take medication.
To watch all these guys doing their own stunts, and it shows. It's really obvious.
I would love to capture something conclusive to prove the existence of the paranormal.
See, as I stated, he's just trying to get some proof. See, I only understand the old man. We get only story from the old man. And he's the scientific mind. So he works with the sound guy, and the sound guy is kind of cooler with the chick than the science guy. But again, the science guy is open-minded. He's just trying to prove shit.
This thing can clearly interact with its physical environment. Let's see if we can get a visual.
Okay, did you see that very scene right there? When he read, that is literally what you're going to be dealing with. This is a perfect shot. This is pretty much the most action you're going to see is scenes like this. This Ryan Stiles looking motherfucker, the poor guy. I mean, the acting is fine. All these actors are trying, and I totally get it. And the only thing I know about this dude, he's got kids. That's all we know. He looks like Ryan Stiles from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And he got kids. That's about it. The old man, he's a science man. That's about it. And then there's like Molly or Holly or whatever. Yeah, and she's the in tune with spirit chick. That's about it. That's all the story we got for you, kids. Enjoy the movie. Yeah, sure. And so what happens is you have these 80-minute films that are not long. They won't kill your life away. You won't feel like you're, like Christopher Nolan films, how you feel like he's stripped 3 hours out of your life you're never going to get back. This is only about an hour and 20-minute movie. So you have enough time to get your point across and enough time to give us some good shit. And if you want, tease us with the ending. Show us that this is not enough time for you to show all that you needed to show, and end it on a cliffhanger or something, or end it with some open end. That's fine. But again, it doesn't work when you have zero pacing and you just give us this slow, dragged out scenes with no exposition and understanding of what the fuck we're doing in the first place. So yeah, this movie got one bong rip, and it is really because of the science, dude. I don't like to give 0 stars unless I've walked out of something. So I was gonna review Creepshow 3, but I actually walked out on it because it was epic.
Let's see if we can get a visual of it.
So we almost get a visual of it, and then the fucking ghost literally opens the door and walks the fuck on out. Like, nah.
We run the minute we find our first ghost. This is exactly what we want.
Right,
This is
but for how
our
long?
chance to
And
do
since when?
what
And
no one
where?
else has
Where
ever
did that come
done.
from? Is this a business? I don't know. See what I'm talking about? The sound is trying to scare you, not really the action. Look at the actual action. There's nothing really happening. It's just stuff and a chick got pulled. That's about as much action as you're going to see out of that movie. And it really sucked. So, yeah, don't recommend it. I don't recommend it, but if you're going to watch it and you're stuck watching it, do me a favor, go find me and tell me what the hell you got out of it. Because I'd love to know what someone got out of this film when it comes to exposition. Like, if anyone can explain to me what this fucking movie was about, I'll fucking listen. I would really listen. And, yeah, that goes for anybody that has anything to say when it comes down to, if you really have something to say. I will always listen to it. All right, so now we're going to go into Superhost. Now, Superhost, I saved this one because I kind of enjoyed this one. Even though, again, this is not a good reefer review episode. This movie actually got the okay from me by a Disney actress. And that's why I found this movie to be the one I wanted to show second, because I found it more important. Now, the actress is named Gracie Phillips. Oh, man, I forgot I had a weed brownie. Love you, Ghana. Thank you for everything. Yeah, so, all right, let's go ahead and get started. So we have...
we're going to start off with the...
Gracie Phillips. That's her right there. She's the Disney actress. And what we have here is a really dorky-ass couple where you have... I don't know if this is the typical relationship in the 21st century or what. But we have the typical character types of the modern horror films where the guy is a complete simp. The guy is a cuck, and the guy has almost no spine. He genuinely loves the woman. The woman is more thoughtful, like more of a rational person. And it seems like they're trying to make this guy the protagonist, trying to make him into like a sympathizable figure, but I just end up laughing at him the whole time because he's obviously as oblivious to social cues as the supposed antagonist. That's Gracie Phillips right here. That is one of the best scenes. Now look at the bounce in her.
Do I look at you or at the camera?
That the amount of fun that she has with this role is the exact reason why I recommend you see this movie. It is because of how much fun a Disney actress had with this fucking film. Because she is the antagonist. And so the whole movie, we're supposed to fear her. And all I'm doing is rooting for her. Because she's the only thing keeping me watching this fucking movie. And the couple, I couldn't care less about. I actually like the girl way more because I am like here with her and I don't get the dude. He seems impulsive. Again, a cuck, a wimp, not my kind of guy. I don't know how to explain it. And don't give me that alpha beta bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit. He's just a really stupid person. I mean, the guy literally is told, when your girl tells you I'm having second thoughts about what we're doing, career-wise, edge-wise, that's a sign that your girl is second-guessing things. And maybe you should pull back and reassess. No, he decides to go double down and go fucking ask him to marry her. And the whole time they're this online couple that's losing viewerships on their YouTube channel. And so I guess, they were trying to get the YouTube crowd, but I'm sorry. Again, I just ended up rooting for Rebecca the entire time. Gracie Phillips was amazing.
Guys, my name is Teddy.
I'm Claire, and welcome to another episode of Superhost. We are staying in the most gorgeous home up in the mountains.
So quiet here.
This Superhost, who's the name Betty Lou 52, has a nearly spotless record.
And one more thing about that was their relationship again is so fucking over the top and cheesy that it made me confused as to why they were there, like what they actually do. So it turns out they run a YouTube site kind of like this, like a free, chat site, whatever, or a streaming site, and they go to different bed and breakfasts, I guess, and just recommend houses. People do this, I guess. White people do this. I don't know.
Actually, Rebecca.
Oh, so you're neither Betty nor Lou.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
You think you come out this far to get away from all those crazy people, but then you get to this house and you realize that the host might be even crazier than those people you left behind.
Well, I don't want to get in the way of your trip. Wouldn't want to get a bad review.
That is the craziest shit.
So we clearly see, there's something wrong with Rebecca. Then why didn't we get more of Rebecca? Because we didn't get Rebecca for the first 40 minutes of this movie. And again, it's one of those let me see. I don't think this one was long at all. Superhost. Yeah, it was about an hour and about 90 minutes long. And so it's just very confusing. And this was my main note here. Very confusing how 3 grown-ass adults are terrified of Rebecca, who weighs about $120, soaking wet the entire film. So yeah, you guys are running from a 120-pound girl that I would date in an instant because she's psycho. And it seems to be my type. So did not get it, but she fucking carries this movie on her back like a pro.
We gotta get more.
So kudos to you, Gracie Phillips, for making this
Hi, my
piece
name
of
is Rebecca.
shit
This is
sparkle.
what people want to see.
And I am a super host.
Complete lunatics.
I love her. She's so
She
cute.
was the host of this place, but she's
We have one final surprise for you that I think you're going to love.
Yeah,
exactly watching. Please.
she's even better than
Think of all the hits
she's actually better than the fucking show itself.
you'll get.
Look at her. She's harmless.
That is so cute. I'm sorry. She's adorable. She is adorable. I swear to God. So yeah, Superhost. Fucking weird movie when it comes down to what did I just watch? Did I really like it? No. Would I watch it again? No. But did I have fun? Yes. I had fun with Rebecca. She made that movie. So yeah, I highly recommend it if you want to see someone have, just a great time with their role. Now, there are certain movies that suck, but they will show a certain actor just having a fucking blast with that role. Jim Carrey in The Cable Guy, he fucking. I think that movie only failed because it had Matthew Broderick. We really need to fucking review that movie by itself because it's now known as a cult classic, but nobody liked it in '96. So where the fuck were y'all? And so so Superhost was made, I think, 2021. And Gracie Phillips started out in Disney, so I had no clue who this girl was. I thought I recognized her from The Orphan or some other horror film that I'd seen. But no, she's not a horror actress, but she does it like a pro. And again, they also use sound to scare you. So make sure you got your remote handy because you're going to be turning it down and turning it up if you're like me. I hate that jump scare bullshit. And there's a lot of times where they shove the sound in your ears just to try to get you to jump. Now, that is the cheapest fucking scare you can do. Please leave that shit to bad movies like The Woman in Black. I'm really upset with that movie because I actually paid to see that piece of shit. And it was fucking horrible. So yeah, I think that modern the critics are lately have been really soft on these movies. If you're gonna bash a fucking movie for being bad, you should be bashing this next movie for doing the whatever was the mirror image of the same stupid premise. Hey, let's get a bunch of this stupid political group to watch this stupid ass movie. And it's, you know, it's no different than virtue signaling with James Franco and Seth Rogen or whatever, whoever the fuck you guys are so angry at. I don't really see the point in this, and I want to mention this because I see this all the time. I don't have any kind of I don't have a red bone in my body. All right, so I'm very blue, I'm very left, but funny is funny. All right. And if you watch a black comedian, he will make you laugh the most when he makes fun of white people. All right. There are certain things about irreverence that we need to keep. All right. We don't have to go shoving it in your face like this stupid ass Daily Wire movie, Lady Ballers, which was obviously a shitty attempt by shitty directors, because we know Ben Shapiro, that's for you. There you go, you racist piece of shit. Ben Shapiro hates everybody, you know, if you're not a fucking, you know, we all know what side they're on, all right? We all get it. But that should not stop us from being able to love and make fun of each other, all right? Grow a pair of balls and let's just make fun of each other again, okay? Okay. And seriously, and everyone on the left, shut your fucking trap. Let us make some fucking jokes. Everyone on the right, fuck off. Just fuck off in general. All right. I'm sorry. I just have no love for those red states that are completely against putting a black man in office. Let's try to be real about it. The Democratic Party switched over, and the Republicans became Republicans. The Democrats became Democrats because one black guy got into the Democrat seat, and they switched sides. All right? And that is the truth. Love you guys. Stay free. Stay safe. And I will see you on the other side. Most of all, please stay cheesy, my friends. Always, always remember to stick with the cheese. All right?
Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from stupidity and the Mag is the Scary Clown Show. You are all fair game in the eyes of the wicked, and we see you. Here we go.
Uncle Ray! Oh shit, motherfucker! I'm Kenny Rogers! No! We suck again! Say the way. And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even have to take care of ourselves yet. We gotta learn how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drifts, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles. Hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets, asteroids, and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages,